Welcome to Clutch episode 32. As always, we'll dive into the world of fighting. We'll break down rumors, announcements, hot leads, cold facts, and more. Support our channel with likes and comments to motivate us to create interesting content for you. And now, we begin broadcasting. Last week's highly anticipated middleweight bout in the UFC took place, crowning a new champion and creating an echo that is still reverberating. Some are analyzing the fight, some are marveling at the statistics, and some are trying to ride the hype by calling out the new champion. But first things first, the analysis was conducted even before the fight. Here is a video showing that this was done right next to the octagon, just before the fight. On the video, Joe Rogan says closing the skill gap with Khamzat will be a tall task for Dricus Du Plessis.
For Dricus to come back from that and bridge the gap between him and Khamzat, that is a tall task.
Yeah.
It's a tall task because that kind of dominance, that kind of grappling dominance was not just a level, it was multiple levels. And it just didn't seem like he had any answer for that. I don't know who he brought in to train with him, but clearly he didn't bring in anybody that had that kind of skill.
You're damn right I did.
In another part of the world, Khamzat Chimaev receives a hero's welcome upon his return to the UAE after capturing the title.
Why are you going to the airport? Flying somewhere?
At this time, UFC CEO Dana White says the next challenger for Chimaev's title could be either the winner of RDR versus Fluffy or Imavov versus Barallo.
In the main event, it's a 5-round fight between middleweight contenders Reiner de Ridder and Anthony Fluffy Hernandez. That is a badass fight. And obviously next month in Paris, we have another top middleweight contender fight between number 2 ranked Imavov and 7th ranked Bohalyo. And then Vancouver is a few weeks later. We'll see how this whole thing plays out. And we're going to end up with a middleweight challenger for Khamzat Chimaev's title that he just won. So these fights have massive implications.
Dricus Du Plessis' coach says they will destroy Khamzat Chimaev in a rematch.
Look, I'll rather, I'll be honest with you, instead of spending time to prepare for going to another fight camp to prepare for RDR, I would rather spend that time to fix the problem that we've got and then go into a camp. So I won't just take a fight because fights are available. I want to fix this problem because we're going to face Khamzat and I want to destroy him this time. And I know it sounds easy, man. It sounds so easy. If you can just get that guy not to take you down or stuff his takedowns and stand back up and just punish him. But he also picked up his wrestling game. So I know no RDR for us right now. Now I'll rather spend the time in fixing this problem.
What? If you remember, even Merab tried to help Drisus at one point. Did it help? No. The result is well known to everyone.
Oh, this is unbelievable!
Kamaru Usman says Khamzat Chimaev could have finished Du Plessis before the 3rd round, but he was controlling his gas tank.
And even watching that, Khamzat made a lot of mistakes that I think would have got him that finish before that 3rd round. You know, he got to a position where it was just kind of so easy. It was almost him controlling himself. He had to control his own emotions. He had to control his gas tank because that's not easy to dominate a guy like that. And everything is working because in your mind, you're wanting resistance. Resistance is how you gauge how much output I need to put out, you know? But if everything is going right, you can't gauge how much output to put out. You're just like, maybe you might try to finish in that 1st round, then you get up 2nd round, you're like, whoa, I can't even lift my arms. Why am I so tired? You know, so Khamzat did
Oh, yeah, right.
Khamzat Chimaev has moved up 10 spots into the top 4 on the latest men's pound-for-pound rankings. Khamzat responding to fake RDR profile. Jon Jones says he hopes to train with Khamzat Chimaev one day. Moving away from the news in the middleweight division, tournaments continue this week. And here we have Johnny Walker and Mingyang Zhang face off ahead of their UFC Shanghai headliner. Islam Makhachev drops his sparring partner with a body shot.
Двигаться, двигаться, двигаться.
Makhachev's comment under a post of Daniel Cormier working out. When Kai Asakura defended all takedown attempts from Merab Dvalishvili, we thought there's no wrestler's threat for him in the UFC. Michael Bisping was hitting the pads and the hair goes in his only eye.
Yeah. Yep. 1, 2. Hold on. When you've got one eye and then the hair goes in the eye, it's an issue. What are we doing?
Alex Pereira working on his takedown defense ahead of the Ankalaev rematch.
Isso. Aí, ó, joelhada, pum. You want to strike we can have. North, key, right, strike.
Whoa. 2020 Olympic wrestling gold medalist Gable Steveson will make his professional MMA debut at LFA 217 on September 12th. Merab Dvalishvili working on his striking ahead of the Cory Sandhagen fight.
When you wake up in the morning, look at your goals. Your goals will tell you what time to get up. Are you hearing me? Your goals will tell you who you should be hanging out with. And people ask me quite often.
Cory Sandhagen trains hard with punching bags alongside Justin Gaethje. Arman Tsarukyan has revealed he spoke to the UFC this weekend about returning at UFC 321 in Abu Dhabi or UFC Qatar in November. Possible opponents are Justin Gaethje, Dan Hooker, and Paddy Pimblett, with his preference being Pimblett. Michael Chandler shows what's inside the UFC Fight Night bag.
Bag for every single week, so like this was UFC 281, so I don't know what fight that was, but I got all mine. Each fight in the UFC, so like my wraps, there's my shirt, my warm-up, fight shorts with a little blood on them. Oh, here's my, I always save these. This is my drug test. The drug test I took, doping control official record. So
Khabib teases an Umar Nurmagomedov return at the end of October. Meanwhile, Umar pushing his cardio at 1,300 meters above sea level. Very solid main card for the October 3 PFL show. Arguably their best of the year. Terence Crawford spends 3 minutes in sub-freezing water.
In there. Rush everything in there. Don't go slow. Now breathe ASAP.
Breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. You got this.
Breathe. You gotta breathe.
Get in there. Go ahead and get in there.
Now breathe.
Isn't what you call back about 25 minutes? You know, Ali, he got it.
British cruiserweight champion Viddal Riley has announced that he is officially a free agent. Daniel Dubois has released a statement announcing he has decided to part ways with trainer Don Charles. The latest Ring Magazine heavyweight rankings see Moses Atoma move into 10th after his stunning display against Dillian Whyte last Saturday. The Ring Special Edition Canelo Alvarez vs. Terence Crawford issue hits the newsstands today.